2025 Maserati Grecale Folgore First Drive, Electric Shock Reset. Maserati's future starts now, with its first all-electric SUV. For legacy automakers, electrification can be viewed as either a death knell or an opportunity. For some it can feel as though nearly 100 years of institutional knowledge and the character of their beloved internal combustion engines was for naught. For others, it's a reset, a chance to recapture past glory and reformat it for future success. Maserati, the 109-year-old Italian luxury sports car maker, enthusiastically falls in the latter camp. Though high-performance electric sports cars are coming, the new 2025 Maserati Grecale Folgore we just spent time touring the heel of Italy in is a more important sign of the brand's next chapter, as it'll surely find its way into more driveways than those pricier sports cars. Translating the past to the future. Maserati's goal with the Grecale Folgore was to capture what historically makes Maseratis great without compromising on its brand values of luxury and sportiness. In plain English, it wanted the Grecale Folgore to simply be another flavor of Grecale, just like the four-cylinder Grecale GT and Medina, and the twin-turbo V6-powered Grecale Trofeo. To that end, the modifications made to the Folgore are restrained. Its Giorgio platform shared with the standard Grecale, and both the Alfa Romeo Giulia and Stelvio loses its gasoline engines, transmissions, and driveshafts in favor of a CATL-sourced 105 kWh battery pack and identical front and rear permanent magnet motors sourced from Jingjin Electric that combine for a healthy 550 HP and 604 lb-ft of torque. The Folgore, Maserati's descriptor for all of its electric models, is fit with a 400-volt system capable of being charged at rates of up to 150 kilowatts on a level 3 DC fast charger or 22 kilowatts on the included load-balancing Maserati-branded level 2 charger. Other mechanical changes consist of regenerative-capable brakes and unique wheels and tires. Most everything else, including its AA-arm front and multi-link rear suspension with height-adjustable air springs, are shared with gas-fed Grecales. Visual changes are minor. The Grecale Folgore gets a more aero-friendly nose, new grille, front fender portholes replicated with LED fixtures, and a revised rear-end treatment to mask the lack of exhaust pipes. Inside, the gear shift lever is replaced by push-button transmission controls placed between the 12.3-inch infotainment and 8.8-inch multifunction displays, with the freed space used for a new cubby, and, underneath the skin, the computer responsible for controlling the new electric hardware. The Grecale Folgore also gets copper interior trim, and seat bottoms and backs covered in laser-etched Econol, a neoprene-like fabric made from recycled ocean plastics. Aside from the hardware changes, there are some substantial software ones. That larger Uconnect 5-based infotainment screen, for instance, gets a bespoke navigation system that's capable of planning EV-friendly routes for long road trips. Favoring Stellantis' network of third-party chargers, which as of now primarily consists of charge point stations in the United States, but is much more expansive overseas, it will tell drivers the kW rating and real-time availability of chosen chargers, as well as clearly communicate the time and needed state of charge to continue on their journeys. Given its 400-volt architecture and 150 kilowatts peak rating, figure a 40-minute or so 10-80% charge time. EPA range is pending, but the Grecale Folgore scores a 500 kilometers, 310 miles, rating on the ever-optimistic WLTP range test. We suspect about 250 miles would be a realistic target for American buyers. How it works. While lacking the legs of the upcoming Porsche Macan Electric, the miles of range you do get are good ones. Thumb the Grecale Folgore on and it roars to life, thanks to a V8-like audio track that's played over the standard Sonos Faber audio system. Maserati felt it was important to capture some of the audible character of its other cars, so after startup the track is linked to throttle input, even getting louder in sport mode. That audio track, in many ways, serves to set expectations in the Grecale Folgore. Unlike some of the EVs in its class, the Grecale Folgore accelerates similarly to its gas stablemate. Roll into the throttle and it pulls away progressively and predictably, almost like it too is powered by the Grecale Trofeo's twin-turbo V6. The Folgore feels quick, responsive, and powerful, even if its performance leans more towards the Grand Tourer end of the spectrum than sports car. Steering is quick, and despite some artificial feeling on center resistance in its default GT mode, well-weighted and responsive. Sport mode swings things the other way. Throttle response gets amped up, steering resistance builds, and the overall feel is that you're driving a sporty gas-powered compact luxury SUV with its transmission shifted into the lowest possible gear, an impression backed up by the suddenly louder faux exhaust note. Get greedy with the go pedal and the Grecale Folgore will step out on you, predictably swinging its tail out before the front motor claws for grip and pulls you out. The electric Maserati never quite shrinks around you like some sporty SUVs do, but it remains enjoyable and confidence-inspiring to drive, no matter what you throw at it. Despite the roughly 1,100 pound weight gap between the Grecale Folgore and gas versions, its extra mass is well hidden. The lowered center of gravity helps minimize body roll, while the air springs do an admirable job at keeping that weight in check without negatively impacting ride quality, even when presented with a rutted dirt road and, prudent speeds. One constant no matter the drive mode is its rubbery brake feel and confusingly tuned regenerative brake modes. The four modes, from least regen to most are D+, D, D-, and D. The D end mode allows the Grecale Folgore to coast. D, the default, feels like typical engine braking from a gas car. D adds 0.1 g more braking force to D, while D adds 0.2 g and allows for one-pedal driving. Except, as the Folgore is currently tuned, D and D respond differently based on your speed, with less regenerative braking happening at low speeds and more at high speeds, making it hard to brake predictably and smoothly. Maserati engineers are aware of this issue and are in the opening stages of making possible tweaks to the braking software. Interior compromises. The rest of the Grecale Folgore package effectively matches that of its gas-powered brethren. Build quality is exceptional, and the mix of contrasting colors, wetsuit-like Econal, thick leather, and metal trim is both visually and texturally interesting. Also worth noting is the Grecale's texturized graphite blue exterior paint, a neat matte blue that feels rough like shark skin to the touch. Even more impressive is that despite its platform effectively being that of a gas-powered car, the new battery pack and motors don't eat up any of the Grecale Folgore's roomy interior space, far from a given with EV conversions. Maserati plans to reveal exact pricing closer to the Grecale Folgore's summer 2024 on sale date, only telling us that it will start at about $100,000, a hair under the Grecale Trofeo model. Considering the luxury and relative performance on offer, that might seem reasonable. But with the quicker charging and similarly priced Macan Electric expected around the same time, consumers will soon be spoiled for choice as the gas greats make the most of the resets afforded by electrification. 2025 Maserati Grecale Folgore specifications. Base price $100,000, est. Layout. Front/rear motor, AWD, 5-pass, 4-door SUV. Motors. 2x275 HP/302 lb foot AC permanent magnet electric, 550 HP/604 lb FT combined. Transmissions. 2x1 speed auto. Curb weight. 5,500 pounds, MFR. Wheelbase. 114.3 in. LXWXH. 191.5 x 76.7 x 65.0 in. 0 to 60 miles per hour. 4.0 SEC, MFR est. EPA city/highway/comb fuel econ. Not yet rated. EPA range, comb. Not yet rated. On sale. Summer, 2024.